What's up, everyone? I'm Coach D with the MeidasTouch Network. Hey, if you haven't yet, go on over to my YouTube page at Coach D_speaks and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. So Republicans, they've never had anything on Kamala Harris. They can't debate her record because she and Joe Biden have done an exceptional job with the economy, inflation, crime, and creating jobs. They can't attack her character because obviously the person they're running against her has the most character issues than any presidential candidate in the history of our country. So because of that, here's what we're going to get for 3 more months.
A different topic. Since when does the vice president have what sounds like a southern accent?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
I mean, this is...
She was talking about unions in Detroit using one tone of voice.
Is this something that
same
you think...
line.
Okay, Peter.
That she used the same line in Pittsburgh, and it sounded like she at least had some kind of a southern drawl.
I mean, do you hear the question that you're... I mean, do you think Americans seriously think that this is an important question? They care... You know what they care about? They care about the economy. They care about lowering costs. They care about health care. That's what Americans care about.
So
that's what they want to hear.
This is something...
They care about, your colleague just asked me about what basically we talked about, went back and forth about democracy and freedom. That's what they care about. I'm not even going to entertain some question about the president. It's just hearing it sounds so ridiculous.
Well, but hearing it is...
The question, I'm talking about the questions is just insane.
Is that how she talks in meetings?
I'm just, Peter, we're moving on. We're so moving on. Go ahead, Anita.
The fact that he wasn't the least bit embarrassed about asking that asinine question tells you everything you need to know about him and Fox News. You know, I wonder if Peter Doocy would like to be a real journalist, but because he's on Fox News, he knows he has to ask these completely asinine questions. Like, I wonder when he went to college, was he thinking, I'm going to be a real journalist, asking real questions and bringing the news that Americans really want to know about. But now here he is, a puppet for MAGA News. And what are we to expect from a station that brought us this?
A fist bump, a pound, a terrorist fist jab. The gesture everyone seems to interpret differently. We'll show you some interesting body communication and find out what it really says. First, the President of America chest bumps an Air Force grad. Next, Michelle and Barack Obama. Fist bump or fist pound. People call it all sorts of things. But what happened to the old pat on the back? A handshake, a hug. Today's body language and what we can glean from it.
So yes, they tried this with Michelle and Barack Obama as well. This is what they do when they have nothing. They resort to racism, sexism, and misogyny. And as I stated earlier, it is only going to get worse. There are 3 more months and they're getting absolutely desperate. And I'm so happy that Karine Jean-Pierre treated this question the way it should be treated. Americans don't care about this. Kamala realizes Americans don't care about this. But I can guarantee you Fox News doesn't. And Donald Trump will be parroting this BS as well. And speaking of Donald Trump, if he were the president, he would have banned Peter Doocy for asking those questions. He banned left-leaning journalists for asking legitimate questions. I'm not sure why they still put up with Peter Doocy, as he's been asking these dumb questions for years now. And you would think this would be the extent of the ignorance. But no, Fox News was not done, because Maria Bartiromo brought it up as well.
Listen to how she speaks here. Watch.
You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time.
It's like a southern accent, it sounds like, Congressman.
She must have got the blueprint from Hillary Clinton. I don't know what's up with that accent.
Have these people literally never heard of inflection or code switching? I grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana, and moved to California when I was 15 years old. I remember going to school and getting way too much attention for my southern accent. So I quickly tried to change it and sound more Californian. However, when I was around family and friends, I felt more comfortable allowing my accent to shine through. Now, basically 35 years later, you would barely be able to tell that I was from Louisiana. However, my students and athletes will say that when I'm getting on them about something or raising my voice a little bit, they can hear my Louisiana drawl come out. Also, as a Black professor and coach who travels in circles and across many cultures, I understand, as many Black people and many people in general in America do, that sometimes presenting yourself changes depending on the people you're with. It doesn't mean that you're being fake with any of them. It just means that you understand the people you're around and slight changes in dialect happens. And I'm not even saying that's what's going on with Kamala Harris. To me, it sounds like inflection. It sounds like she is putting an emphasis on words because it means something to her. 3 more months of this because Republicans have nothing. Period.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.